Paul is sitting at a table, a small set of planting pots and a pitcher of water in front of him. Also on the table are several piles of finely grained dust, and near each one is a seed. Melissa enters.
There you are. We've been looking all over the place for you.
Ta-da!
Oh, don't ta-da me. We've been worried sick about you.
We? Who?
Me, Dennis, Allison, Frankie, Grant, we've been driving all over town. How come you're not answering your phone?
It's at home.
Well, crap lot of good that does.
I didn't want any interruptions.
Well, that's the kind of thing you tell people before you drop off the grid for 3 freaking days.
Sorry, I didn't think anyone... Never mind.
Never mind. Never mind.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to worry you.
Well, you did. You worried all of us. What are you doing out in this old shed anyway? You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Really, I'm fine. I just needed a little time for... It's kind of a ritual I've come up with.
Okay. Is it okay to ask?
Yeah, it's fine, I guess. It's nothing satanic or political.
Thus spake the Department of Redundancy Department. So, consider yourself asked.
You remember Lynn?
Your friend from work?
Ex-friend, but yeah, her.
Oh my God. Please tell me that you didn't do any...
No, no, nothing like that. It's not physically her, it's metaphysically her.
Where'd you get the dust, Paul?
It doesn't matter.
I'm thinking it does. Where'd you get the dust?
Oh, stop worrying. I didn't... She once gave me a little stuffed animal, a camel, and now it's transcended to camel heaven.
Oh, a little unsettling, but certainly within the bounds of legal. Okay, go on.
Anyway, so there's Lynn, that's Davy. You wouldn't know him. He lived next door to us when I was a little kid. Or this one, a little girl I met in an airport when I was 12. I don't even remember her name, but we were going to be pen pals. I wrote her like a dozen letters, but she never... Anyway, Joan and Andy are over here. You remember them?
Yeah. That's a lot of piles of pain.
Yep. A lot of loss. And what with all the loss that's been going on lately, I've been thinking about what it all means. You remember that One Acts thing we went to last month?
Oh, yeah, at Burling Stages.
Right. And you remember the play they did right before intermission called Le Sacrifice, about the French soldier who finds an enemy soldier in his bombed out house?
Oh, yeah. I like that one.
Ever since then, I've been thinking about the distinction between loss and sacrifice. A lot. About how they're only really distinguished by a state of mind. Anyway, it kind of motivated me to try something.
Paul pulls over a little pot and picks up the seed next to the Lynn dust.
You know what this is?
I'm gonna guess you're not looking for it's a seed.
This is patience.
Patience.
Right. Not a lot of patience, just a little, a seed of patience. That's about an hour, as I figure it. 1 hour between fearing that something awful may have happened and concluding that something awful really did happen. Just a little breather, you know?
Paul takes the little pile of dust and mixes it into the dirt that's already in the pot. He then takes the seed, buries it, and pours a little water over it.
Now, when I think back on Lynn, I'll remember this flower. And the next time everything feels dark and hopeless, I'll remember, hopefully, to take that hour.
And if you don't remember?
Well, that's why I wrote out these.
Instructions for patients.
Here's one for Davy, for Joan, Betsy, Dean.
He puts the rest of the stack down on the table. Melissa picks them up.
Instructions of kindness. Andy. Bring hands together. Whisper. Instructions for freedom. Little redheaded girl? Isn't that Charlie Brown's?
Like I said, I couldn't remember my not a pen pal's name, so I just wrote that. It's enough to remind me.
Wow. Paul, this is...
Honestly, what's the worst thing that could happen? The world has a few more flowers in it. That can't be a bad thing.
No. No, it can't.
I used an impatience seed for patience, for the irony of it all.
Clever.
Thanks. I thought it was a nice touch.
Well, what about for kindness?
Bleeding heart. What? It's a ritual, not a math quiz. You gotta have a little fun with these things, Mel.
Ah, there's the twisted sense of humor we've all come to expect. Never change, Paul.
Funny, but that's kind of the whole point.
What? What is?
Change. We need change. Need it so badly.
Yeah, that's for sure.
There's just so much hate going around, you know, and it's so easy to tell everyone that they should stop, you know, being whatever that they need to change. But you know what, when you think about it, the only person I can actually make change is me. So I figured I'd start there.
You're not a bad person, Paul. You know that, right?
I know, but no one really thinks of themselves as a bad person. Besides, being kinder, more patient, these are all changes I want to make. And maybe even more important, all this pain and loss, this crap that I've been lugging around for so many years, it's never done me any favors. Why not put it to some good use?
Wow. This is... I'm impressed, Paul. Really. Must have been a lot of work putting all this together.
Yeah, but you know, that's why they call it sacrifice.